Good afternoon. Welcome back. It's the Trigger, Rich Bontrager. It's 2 p.m. Check your watch right now. It's 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and 2 p.m. with the Trigger is back once again. I hope you're having a great day. The week is winding down. The first week of 2023. How's it going? I've talked to a lot of people, and things are all spinning and swirling, coming back. It's kind of like getting unstuck from mud because we had a great holiday. We had a great break. A lot of people I know are planning and strategizing and launching new amazing things in 2023, which is great. But now I want to talk to you about media, of course, how to leverage media and what some of the most important things that can really benefit you. And we're going to talk about the power of an interview. Again, I'm here to help you shine on camera and stage to help elevate you and your brand as a go-to expert. Now, one of the key ways to do that is by getting on podcasts, getting on TV shows, becoming that thought expert that is interviewed over and over again. Well, one way to do that is to actually have a pre-done professional interview that you can lead out with, use it as a lead magnet, as an attraction piece. To have a well-produced, and I'm talking about a staged interview, okay? I'm talking about something that you know is intentionally done. It's not off the cuff, but it's something that you actually have as a product of yours as an interview, but it looks like a professional interview, all right? So let me talk you through this a little bit because interviews are gold. Now, you probably already do podcast interviews. You probably do a lot of audio, maybe some video podcasts. Maybe you've been fortunate enough to get on local, regional news, or maybe even, hey, you're an expert out there on the ABC, NBC stuff. You should be leveraging these interviews on your websites. You should be leveraging them in your social media posts. You should be leveraging them as content that you can repurpose and share over and over again. Interviews are one of the easiest ways to elevate yourself and shine as that genius. So I'm going to show you my website real briefly here, just to explain a little bit about one easy tip. And I'm also going to share some others as well. So stick around, don't go anywhere. So on my website, there is this area where it's just branded interviews. That's the header. That's what it is. It's both me doing interviews, but also me working with other people and being on other interview shows. Now, I actually have a lead magnet one right here. This is a great interview and had a wonderful time talking about storytelling. So I have actually put that there as a hot one, and it's a newer one. You always want to have a hot new one on top of your pages if you're going to have a landing page for interviews. People want to see you in action. People want to know if you're good, and they want to know how you show up on camera, which is what Rock the Stage Media is all about, helping you shine on that camera. So this was a video interview. It's now streaming, and it's now on my platform, and it's on their platform, and it's getting hits and clicks and reviews. So this is a huge thing to do. Hey, great to see you, Aaron. Great to have you drop on in and be a part of this. I know Aaron's out there getting interviews. He's both getting interviews, producing interviews, doing interviews. So this is a big topic for Aaron. Great to have you. So I also do have a subscribe button because on my YouTube channel, I have a whole bank of interviews. One of the things you want to do, and I know a lot of people are missing this step. You probably have more interviews out there than you realize. Do you have a spreadsheet that keeps track of all the interviews and all the shows and who you talked with, what year you talked with them? One way to do that is start by searching Google and put your name into this and put your name with interviews. And you will populate up audio interviews, streaming video interviews, many different versions. And then I collect them all on my YouTube channel. And I'll show you what I do with the audio ones. But my YouTube channel is specifically for the video content. So I have a whole line of video interviews that are there. So I put some here to tease it up, and then they're on YouTube. So go collect those. Go have a hub to highlight you in action. Now, these are some of the video ones, and they cover different topics. I'm intentionally not making it be redundant here on the website. I want you to see, and they have different covers different titles. This is where you can populate your genius in your space. So this is one of those wonderful things. Thank you, Aaron. I really, really appreciate that. It's great doing these lives. It's great doing the coaching that I get to do. So thanks for coming along, and thanks for being a part of Rock the Stage and everything we do, because it's really fun to do this and help people grow and scale. So you got the video ones. I do have some testimonials. I do need to update the testimonials on this page, okay? But testimonials about what you do on your interview page is another way to gain more attraction. Here's some of the audio ones. So I led with the video, the graphics, the interface, that will get people going. I'm leveraging all my interviews to get more people attracted to what I do, how I coach, how I show up, how I interview, all these different areas, some of my own personal medical story. But these are now the audio ones on there, and they're very easy to embed on most websites. But this is a dedicated page just to replay shows that I have been on. Okay, this is one element of this aspect. Another thing is get on that I was talking about at the beginning. You want to have a professional shoot you in an interview setting. We do that here at Rock the Stage. It's one of our services that we provide. We want to get you in the perfect setting environment, record it, and edit it clean, professional, so that you have a lead magnet tool. Any bad foibles, any mistakes, anything you didn't want said, they're cleaned out. And even when we record these, while I'm doing these with clients, we literally stop and say, you know what, let's do that again. Take a breath, relax, get a drink of water, and then I'll rephrase the question again, and they get to give the answer better the second time around. I just record all of it, and then I go back in and edit it out. These become a 12 to 15-minute lead magnet. You want to find a way to have super content for your interviews. So that's a very important aspect of leveraging interviews. Now, another way to leverage these interviews is promote you're going to be on XYZ podcasts. So on my LinkedIn, on my Facebook, when I get booked to be on a show, and they're usually out early enough, several weeks in advance, I'll wait till it's closer to the event. And I'll post a graphic, maybe a graphic of me, maybe a graphic of them. I'll post the topic of the interview. And I say, hey, I'm extremely grateful. So-and-so has invited me on their show. We're going to be talking about this or that. Watch for it coming soon. If it's a live show, I intentionally make sure I drop that link in there to join the live interview. But you do want to promote not just you want to promote the host and the show. Talk about their followers, talk about their fan base, elevate that this is cool and important and it's a great topic. So you want to be doing that with your podcast, with your interviews. Now, ask, and I stress this, you want to ask the interview company, am I allowed to curate and pull content out? Some do not want you to edit their material. It is their brand. All right. Rock the Stage. I try not to have people edit their own material on a Rock the Stage because it is the brand and they did pay for it. All right. However, I produce curated clips. So when I was talking about Spotlight a minute ago, out of Spotlight, there are 4 micro content bits I pull out of that for the people I interview and produce this streaming show, this customized show. Now you have curated content. So if you're going to launch it and replay it and show it, you can even have a lead magnet micro content, like a teaser, like a commercial of here's what's coming up. Here's what's coming soon. And you can use those as teasers. Vice versa, you can use it after the show. Say, here's what you missed on my Spotlight interview from Rock the Stage Media. Drop it on in and you bring it back around again. Leverage these interviews so that you get more eyeballs on you. They are lead magnet content. Now, part of what we do also is we help you to become a great guest. You don't want to show up late for any interviews. And I cannot tell you the stories because I have many that people have showed up late, unprepared, not ready, definitely not camera ready, definitely not really squared away in their mind to give a good interview. I've had so many people do that. And I give them a run of show. I tell them, show up 15 minutes in advance. We're going to check your mic. We're going to check your background. We're going to check everything. We want to make sure there's no disturbances or background noise. I have a 15-minute pre-prep interview strategy. It works. And most people thank me because they think they can just jump in, but then they realize, oh, there's this, there's that, whatever it is. Make sure you are coming in early to your interviews. In your interviews, don't sell. I'm going to stress that again. Do not sell in your interviews. You want to educate, you want to elevate, you want to amplify. Now, there is a way to sell without selling. A lot of interviews, someone will go in and mention, hey, my book is available. It's on Kindle, it's on whatever, and they'll give the price, location. Most interviews naturally will sell your products or services for you if you know the trick to do that. There's a whole technique where you can drop it in to the flow of the conversation and people will understand they've got product. She's got a service. They've got that. But the most important thing of any interview is you want to be seen as the go-to expert in your field. You want to be the center of that interview. Tell stories of people you've worked with. Tell stories of successes. Tell stories of tragedy. But you want to wrap it around you and your genius and how you can help other people in your unique expertise. And that's how you leverage a really good interview. There's a power in not just doing an interview and forgetting about it. You know, if you're streaming along right now in the chat, if you're having a fun time with us here today, have you captured the interviews that you've been on, or are you missing out on the interviews? When I was talking about capturing them, putting it on a landing page, collecting them, resharing them, just because they're 2 years old does not mean that interview is any worse. You should put it out there because people will gravitate to fresh content. Reruns always work. And so you need to leverage those interviews to really show up over and over again. Another way to do this, to leverage your interviews, is again, get permission first, is that you can make a highlight reel of you with different interview guests. Think how cool that would be. You're on this show, you're on that show, and this show, but you can actually make a teaser reel to show how good you are in interviews. And that's the whole purpose of what we help you do here at Rock the Stage. We will actually help you show up better, own the microphone, own the stage, get the sound bites, and you will get more calls, more clients, more opportunities because you rocked the interview. Hey, if you want to learn more about what we do with Spotlight, I would love to have you connect with me, rich@richbontrager.net. It's an amazing service. I love working with authors, speakers, entrepreneurs, CEOs. We've covered the gamut. We've worked with filmmakers that have done documentaries that want to have a spotlight done on them and their creative energy. Contact me, rich@richbontrager.net. That's a very easy way to connect. Set up a call, follow up further and further, and we can get a spotlight set for you. Or simply go to our rockthestagemedia.com site that we were just showing you a minute ago. Check out what we're doing, how the services work, and we'd love to have a conversation with you. Again, one other way we have coming up next week, we're back once again, and we will be having our open mic night next Thursday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Be watching for more information on that coming up as well. Hey, Aaron, greatly appreciate that. He's jumping on it. Aaron's all over this today. He's going to start collecting those interviews, and I know you've done a ton of those, Aaron. Collect those interviews and start leveraging those to your full advantage. The power of interviews. How are you taking advantage of those interviews that you have been on, the interviews that you've produced, or the upcoming interviews you have coming around the corner? As always, every day, 2 p.m., Monday through Friday, I'm here to give you tips and tricks to help you shine on camera, shine on stage so you are seen as that thought expert that you are, that go-to expert. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe, and we'll see you at 2 p.m. with The Trigger